Hello, my name is Pooja. Welcome to the Sunday special episode of Around the World. We come up with this program every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. In this special program, we talk about the news which enhances your understanding of global politics. We will discuss one such news in today's story. There is a South Asian country where children are facing a serious dilemma every day. That is, whether they should go to school or collect the water to fulfill their water-related needs. The citizens of this country sow crops, but they are not able to reap the harvest due to lack of water for irrigation. Water scarcity persists in the majority of areas of this country. The citizens of this country are forced to buy and drink water at a much higher price. Every section of this country, including low-income groups and the elite class, are facing the problems of water. Women and girls in this country are facing challenges in maintaining hygiene from home to school. When the citizens in this country are asked about the real reasons behind these problems, then various answers come to the fore. They say that climate change, the construction of more dams and river water disputes with neighbouring country is responsible for the water crises in their country. We are talking about India's neighbouring country, Pakistan. At present, some areas of Pakistan are facing floods and also going through water crises. For a long time, Pakistan has been accusing India of water weaponization, that is, using water as a strategic weapon for creating a water crisis in the country. Against this backdrop, several pertinent questions arise. What is the water weaponization concept? Which countries are currently using water as a weapon to serve diplomatic and geopolitical interests? Does India also have a strategy like water weaponization? We will try to find answers to these questions in today's story. Let us first of all know about water weaponization. Earlier, war was fought with conventional weapons like ammunition, gunpowder, etc. Terrorist attacks were carried out for a long time to create disruptions in the enemy countries. Now enemy countries are being intimidated by advanced weapons and nuclear weapons. But now natural resources have also been included in this fleet of war. Are the world countries now using water as a lethal weapon amid long-running tensions with enemy countries? It is often said that the next world war will be fought over water. It is a well-known fact that at present, many countries of the world are fighting among themselves over river water. These countries have signed agreements on the sharing of river water, but still, water disputes exist between the countries. They are fighting over water as life cannot be imagined without water. But if a country has water in abundance, then it can destroy the lives of the citizens by bringing floods. And if a country has scarce water, then a situation like water crises can also arise. You must be thinking that all these are natural phenomena. Then how can a country create a water crisis? A situation of water crisis can be created by construction of dams. Water crises can adversely affect a country's economy as it adversely affects agriculture and industry. And if the water of the dam is released, then it can cause a severe flood. Hence, water is being weaponized to serve the diplomatic and geopolitical interests of a country. Several countries have been embroiled in disputes with their neighboring countries over the water sharing of rivers. For instance, disputes between Ethiopia and Egypt over the Grand Renaissance Dam built on the Nile River, Syria, Turkey, and Iraq over dam built on the Tigris-Euphrates River, Israel, Palestine, Jordan and Lebanon over the water sharing of the Jordan River, Afghanistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan over the Rogun Dam built on the Waksh River, a tributary of Amur Darya, a long-standing dispute between Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan over water supply, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand and Vietnam over the Don Sahong hydroelectric project built on the Mekong River, and India's tussle with China and Pakistan over water sharing, etc. In today's story, we will talk about the debate on the strategic use of natural resources amid the long-standing SAARC relations between India and Pakistan. To understand this matter, we have to understand Indus Water Pact. Furthermore, Pakistan makes similar allegations against India. It has alleged that India has been violating the Indus Water Treaty by constructing dams on the rivers located in the border area. On the contrary, India's stand is that it is working on these projects not for gaining any strategic edge, but for power generation. To understand this issue, let us know about the Indus Water Treaty. First of all, let us look at the Indus River system on the map. The Indus river system is made up of Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj. Most of these rivers flow in India and Pakistan. Significantly, India got independence from British power at the cost of its partition. Due to partition, two independent countries, that is India and Pakistan, were established, and with this emerged the never-ending tensions between the two countries. Sometimes tensions between the two countries are related to the border and sometimes it is about security. But the water dispute between the two countries is more crucial than the border dispute. This dispute took place over the sharing of Indus water and later became an international issue. Later, both the countries agreed on the sharing of the Indus water through the World Bank's mediation. In 1960, the Indus Waters Treaty was signed between the two countries. Under the agreement, the tributaries of the Indus River were divided into eastern and western rivers. The Satluj, Beas, and Ravi are the eastern rivers, while the Jhelum, Chenab, and Indus are the western rivers. Under the agreement, the water of Satluj, Beas, and Ravi will be used only by India, while the water of Jhelum, Chenab, and Indus will be used only by Pakistan. If Indus river system is considered on the basis, then India is the upper riparian state while Pakistan is the lower riparian state. In addition, the LOC determines the boundary between the two countries and many tributaries of the Indus flow through this area. Consequently, this area is becoming the arena of water disputes. It is no secret that India has hardened its stance towards Pakistan after the 2016 terrorist attack on the Uri military base in Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister Narendra Modi then cancelled a meeting related to the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan, saying in strong words that water and blood cannot flow together. And from here, the issue has taken a new turn. A new kind of strategy emerged between the two countries to use water as a strategic weapon. Significantly, India has announced the construction of 7 new dams: Parsar, Pakaldul, Kuar Dam, Kiru Dam, Ratle Hydroelectric Project, Kirthai 1 and Kirthai 2 dams for hydroelectric power generation in the Kishtwar region of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has been objecting to the construction of Pakaldul for a long time. It is one of India's 2 projects, namely Lower Kalnai and Pakaldul, being built on the Chenab River. Pakistan considers the construction of Pakaldul, a dam being built at an altitude of about 1700 meters in Kishtwar, as a violation of the Indus Waters Treaty. In addition, India is working with Afghanistan on the Shahtut Dam project on the Kabul River. This project is likely to create challenges for downstream countries like Iran and Pakistan. Pakistan says that by building dams, India is increasing or reducing the flow of water to Pakistan as per its wish. Whereas India says that it is working on these projects not for any strategic point of view, but for power generation. Now we come to the next segment. In this segment, we will talk about other significant international news. The Indo-Pacific country Australia has withdrawn its earlier decision to recognize West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Australia has again supported the old position of two-state solution. The decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel was taken by the government of former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison in 2018. However, the current Australian government has refused to recognize West Jerusalem as Israel's capital until Israel and Palestine can settle it through peace talks. Jerusalem is a contentious issue and has caused conflict between Israel and Palestine for decades. After Latvia and Lithuania, the parliament of the Baltic country Estonia has also declared the current government of Russia as a terrorist regime and the Russian Federation as a country supporting terrorism. 88 members of its 101-seat legislature voted in favor of the motion, while 10 members voted against it. The remaining 3 members did not vote, as they were not present. This decision of the Parliament of Estonia comes at a time when Russia has recently decided to annex 4 Ukrainian territories of Kherson and Zaporizhia along the Donetsk and Luhansk. Ukraine's foreign minister has offered President Zelensky a formal severance of diplomatic ties with Iran after Russia attacked several Ukrainian targets with dozens of kamikaze drones. According to the foreign minister of Ukraine, the drone used by Russia in the Ukraine attack is Iran-made. Iran-made Shahed 136 drone is included in the attack drones. Iran is being accused of secretly supplying arms against Ukraine to Russia. Iran, however, has denied supplying any such drones. On the other hand, the European Union has banned Iran's morality police. And Information Minister Issa Zeropour, this step of the European Union has been taken in the view of the inhuman role of the security forces against the anti-government protests that broke out after the death of a 22-year-old woman in government custody. That's all in this episode. Let us note down the question based on today's story.